AITAH for throwing my sister and her children out in front of all the guests. I, 32F, have an older sister, 47F, who has always been somewhat mean-spirited. However, my family, particularly my mother, has always appeased her. Regardless of her actions, our mother consistently makes excuses for her. Yesterday, she crossed a line. Recently separated due to her behavior, my mother pressured me to let her and her children, 3F, 5M, 8M, 11F, 13M, stay with me since my other siblings, 25F, 30M, 37F, 43M, wouldn't take her in. They claimed they had their own families to take care of, and since I don't have a partner, it made sense for me to accommodate her. I agreed but set clear boundaries. Despite our past, I wouldn't tolerate her behavior anymore. This is my newly bought house, and I expected everyone to follow the house rules. No sneaking around, no going through cupboards, no taking labeled food, I meal prep for work, no reading diaries, something she did when we were children and during shared housing, and no using my devices without permission. A laptop is available for guest use. No borrowing my clothes. She stayed with me for a month and managed to break all the rules. When confronted, her go-to response was, "So what?" She dismissed it as just a diary, dress, or some food that I could replace. Her children also broke a few of my things. Each time, my mother convinced me to let her stay because of her situation and that the children were just being children. Yesterday, I hosted a work party at my place. I'm a private person and don't discuss my personal life with anyone, but my team leader convinced me to host the party in exchange for reimbursement. Strike one was when she came downstairs before the party wearing the dress I had chosen for the event. As a size 12, she ripped it on the side since I'm a size 8. Not wanting to ruin the party, I told her to quit her BS and put on a different dress. She mingled with my guests and told several embarrassing, and some made-up, stories. I tried to keep my cool. Her youngest child was also at the party despite our agreement that she would be put to bed early. She ended up puking on one of the managers, who took it in stride, saying, "She's just a baby." These things happen. During the meal, my sister tapped her champagne glass for attention. This is when everything went downhill. She started reading aloud from my diary, sharing things I haven't even told my closest friends, let alone coworkers. She got about half a page in before I grabbed her, took her to the door, and threw her out. I also grabbed her children and chucked them out. Then, I went upstairs, gathered what I could of hers, and threw it out the second floor window. There was no coming back from that, and my guests made their excuses and left. This morning, my mother left some choice words on my answering machine, and my older brother is angry because, as my mother said, he now has to put up with her until they can convince me to take her back. My sister left over 10 messages about how disrespectful I was. I've taken the week off work but can't see how I can return. AITAH for not being patient with her during this difficult time in her life.